Hello guys, this is Julia Marcos and this is our third day of Solidarity Projects Writing Challenge. Today we are going to talk about the activities and how to plan and describe your activities in the application form, as well as two important things such as budget and documents you need to submit together with your application. Let's jump into it straight away. So, first of all, in the application form, they're asking you to describe activities from two perspectives. Generally, the scope of activities, so what are those elements that will be in your project, and once again, I will be giving you the examples of our Stay in Bulgaria podcast and what we plan for it, because in this project, we use diverse activities, so it will give you the overview of what activities could be. Yeah, and at the same time, they ask you for chronological order. So for example, if you choose your project to be and last for 8 months, so what are you going to do every month of this project? So once again, Stay in Bulgaria, and Stay in Bulgaria project, we were planning 3 types of activities. There are offline events that we hold with our partners every 2 months and a half. And it's a nice space, it's in the center of Sofia. Yeah, it's something very, very, very special. And then we take 2 months and a half to prepare this event properly. Let me say the preparation, the active preparation phase is around 3-4 weeks, but still the limit or the period between 2 events is 2.5. Apart from it, we are shooting podcasts, and podcast is another activity because the podcast is shot with the speakers who are there on the stage, and apart from it, other people who want to share their stories. And the third activity is launching a national campaign with the hashtag Stay in Bulgaria in social media. Yeah, so when talking about the activities in this project, these are 3 main activities, but of course they are spread in time. And if I look back in how it looks within 12 months, because it's a 12 months project, then let me say what's important to describe is all the project stages. Yeah, if you don't know it, every project follows 4 stages. This is planning, preparation, implementation, and follow-up. Yeah, so when you describe activities, you don't jump straight into, for example, having workshops. Yeah, it's like, okay, so before you hold the workshop, what do you have? Yeah, who do you contact? What do you prepare? Where do you get the venue? How do you promote it? How do you develop a concept? Who you invite as guests, for example, speakers. Yeah, all the things should be described. So my approach is to write month by month. So let me say it's 6 months, and then every month you have certain activities, and I used to put them in bullet points, like very, very shortly of what kind of preparation is needed or what kind of things will be implemented. This is my approach. Yeah, you can of course find your own approach, what fits you most, but in this way, what it creates, it creates extra clarity. Apart from it, although it's not a part of the application form, this is my suggestion for working in a team. While doing so, we use Asana. Yeah, and then in Asana, we have it, for example, when it comes to the event, 3 weeks in advance, 2 weeks in advance, the week of the event, the day of the event, and follow up. And there we have task by task, and in total around 50 steps. But if you follow every of these steps, there is no way that you're going to miss part. And at the day of the event, you will encounter difficulties. Yeah, I mean, of course, force majeures can be there, but it helps us to look at the project holistically and start preparation much in advance. So think about the activities that you want to implement, and put them in chronological order, not forgetting that it's not about only implementation phase. There is also planning, preparation, and then follow-up. The next part, which is very important to discuss, is how you're going to make your project visible. By visibility, I mean how other people who are not involved in the project directly will get to know about your project. Or, for example, if you organize event or performance, or even an online magazine, how other people will get to know and get interested and then come to your project. Visibility is important for 2 reasons. First of all, this is a part of grant agreements. What I mean is that European Union, European Commission, when they give you money for implementation of your projects, of course they want that these projects go far beyond those 5 people who implement. Yeah, they want them to be more visible, that more people are involved, and at the same time they promote also European Solidarity Corps as initiative, that can help you realize your project ideas. On the other hand, on the personal personal level, visibility is important, because imagine like for months and months you're preparing an event or you're preparing a festival and then no one comes. The feeling is not the best. Like, believe me, been there, done that. Preparing for the whole week for a workshop and then 4 people come, that was pretty discouraging. So for this reason, you should think in advance, how will you provide visibility to your project? And here all things can come into place. It can be from using social media, or could be in your organization you have a newsletter database and then you send a newsletter to people. You go to partners and then you ask partners to promote on their social media or on their website. You partner up, could be with media channels, could be with influencers. You go to relevant groups and then you announce about your opportunity. Could be you can even go to local authorities and ask them to help you promote. Of course, sometimes it's even about the leaflets. But let me say, if your target group is an older generation, who are more used to things being in paper, could be the best idea, I don't know, to go to the market, and then announce about your initiative by giving them a leaflet. So for this reason, we should go back to what we were discussing yesterday. And yesterday we were discussing that for different target groups, you have different channels of communication. So think here where you can spread the word. And of course, word of mouth is also there. Some short presentations could be a part of events. You have some events happening in your organization, and then during the events you announce about a new opportunity. So it's up to you and up to your creativity, but make sure that you have several channels, since people use different, even social media. So you have several channels, and then you know where your target group is. Apart from it, the visibility also is about using the logos of European Solidarity Corps, and it's also about the phrase, and this is a bit of the requirement from European Commission, that the project is co-funded by European Solidarity Corps. The next part is about how you're going to assess whether your project was successful or not. Because of course, when we apply, we are very optimistic that we will reach thousands and thousands of people, that we will have a festival and there will be hundreds of people coming in 2 days and attending it. But of course, reality can be different, and reality can be different both with plus and minus. You can get a much bigger engagement. So for example, back in the past, we were organizing small events, and then when there were 20 attendees, we were very happy. And then we made it in partnership, and then suddenly 60 people came, and 70 and 80, and there were over 100 registrations. For us, like, wow, okay, that exceeded our expectations. Or it can happen vice versa, that you put certain numbers in your head. I want to have 20 people in my workshop, and then suddenly, 8 or 10 come. I mean, it's not bad, like I consider that any result that you get is success, and then of course there is space for improvement. But what is important to know what you will be looking for. And here, when talking about assessing the success, there are 2 different criteria. One is numerical and another one is intangible. So numerical or tangible, these are facts, these are numbers, these are concrete results. And intangible is more on the level of competencies, is on the level of the feedback and level of satisfaction. Let's have a platform. So for example, a digital platform to connect migrants with local community so that they become buddies, and local community can support migrants with integration. So you have this platform, and then your numerical data could be the number of active users, the number of buddies as couples that you get at the end of your project, for example, in 6 months. The number of visitors, the number of videos as a part of the content creation. So here we are talking about numbers. If we are talking about intangible, these are success stories. So it could be it created a huge impact on your users, and they share these stories, they created testimonials, and these testimonials is a part of the success story. Another thing is like feedback, and it could be also a bit numerical, let me say, feedback. But you send to all the users a Google form asking, how do you like it? So what's your general impression? What we can improve? What was well? What was going well? And then you also get it, and you also can use to assess your success. So my invitation to think about it in advance. Yeah, so when your project is ongoing or your project finishes, you know what to look for, because otherwise it's very easy to get into the trap. We want to create this huge event and it will be super successful, and then 5 people come, and then you start compromising with yourself, you know. So, yeah, but anyway, it happened and some people came. Yeah, be ambitious, like challenge yourself, and at the same time add this, you know, like spice of realism, and out of this create the expectation like for what is success for you. And the last thing for today is let's talk business. Let's talk numbers and documents. So these projects are funded in a very, I would say, soft way. In the direction that you are not expected to submit every single invoice and to know in advance, for example, how much renting a venue will cost you or how much the photographer will cost you. Yeah, in this project, you are getting funding of 500 euros per month. For the duration of your project. So let me say if you define that the project is 6 months, then you will get 3,000 euros for it. And there is also coaching support. For coaching support, we discussed it yesterday, but let me remind you that it's about up to 12 days of coaching support, and then every day is paid depending on the countries, differently. But the minimum is 74 euros and the maximum, I think, is around 271 or 274 euros. So basically these are the only 2 constituents of your budget. That's why in the application form it will be very easy. My tip, when you really create a project, think about planning phase and preparation phase and follow-up phase. Don't jump into, we are going to have it as academy for 3 months, so it will be a 3 months project. No, because then you will have a lot of work besides your academy, that is not funded and that you cannot spend any money on. So take it a bit more, take into account what are the stages of follow-up, what is the stage of the preparation, and then define what is the overall duration. Once again, for every month you will be getting paid, and it's up to you how to use these funds. So it could be, for example, for, like domain, design, it could be for a photographer, it could be some fee for speakers if you invite professional speakers, for printing materials, for drinks, for coffee breaks, for renting the venue, for paying for certain, let me say, platforms. So for example, if it's very much online and then you need premium Zoom to have group calls, then it's also possible. So it's totally up to you. And again, my invitation is to think in advance for it, because it's better, you know what kind of costs you will encounter. Another thing is that as all European projects, the funding happens with 80% that you are paid in advance and 20% after the project finishes and you write the final report, and then they have 2 months to evaluate final report. So be ready that 20% of the budget will be received, let me say, more or less 4 or 5 months after the end of the project. So you should have this money prepared to invest till the moment you get them back, or you should have the agreement, for example, with people who you're paying that, hey guys, this part of the money, we can give you later in time. And that's pretty much it. And this is the perfect thing about this kind of projects, that the budget is very, very, very easy to handle. And apart from it, there is only one document that you need to submit. Once again, they are following the logic of simple projects for young people, that young people don't need to be professional grant writers. You just need to sign the declaration of honor. If you're an informal group, then the young person that assumes the role of legal representative. And then if you submit it through an NGO, then it's legal representative of the NGO. Of course, you can submit any other type of project, of documents. So for example, you already have a big timetable of the topics and then you submit them. Or it could be you already know who is going to be involved and you want to send more information about them. This is all possible, but the requirement is only one, and this is declaration of honor. So guys, it looks like we are coming to the end of this mini course with a 3 days challenge. And first of all, of course, there will be homework. And the homework this time is to, first of all, to make the list of activities Yeah, and then to put them chronologically into the amount of months that your project is going to last. And also brainstorm different channels of visibility, yeah, which one you already have, and how other people and potential partners can support you into making your project go there out in the world. Otherwise, if you have any other questions, yeah, feel free to drop them to the community, and I will be there to support you, yeah, and answer whatever you have, because once again, I'm really a strong supporter of the concept that information is nothing without implementation, and the best question is the question that comes from your experience when you stumble while writing the project. So good luck with your project ideas, and see you in other challenges. Ciao!